Seongwu stands at the ready, smirking as the massive orc charges. Ah, the perfect new skeleton material, he muses, as his skeletal minions gear up for battle. They're small but fierce, and ready to take down the monstrous opponent. With a booming roar, the orc rushes forward, swinging its massive weapon. Everyone dodge! Seongwu shouts, as his crew and skeleton soldiers scramble out of the way, narrowly avoiding getting crushed into a pulp. Not your typical day on campus. Hanho, Seongwu's loyal, but often terrified companion, is wide-eyed as he watches the orc plow through everything in its path. What is that crazy thing? He exclaims. Yeah, Hanho, this is definitely not your average midterm. The orc roars again, but this time it meets resistance. One of Seongwu's skeleton warriors, armed with nothing but guts, or lack thereof, charges in. Swords clash, sparks fly, and for a second, it looks like the skeleton might actually have a chance. Then, crack. Seongwu quickly calls the shots. Block him. The orc's weapon swings down with terrifying force at Jisoo, but the brave skeletons jump into action. Shields and bones meet brute strength. It's a skeletal standoff, and things are about to get intense. With a determined look, one of Seongwu's most skilled skeletons activates its special ability, One-Armed Warrior. The skeletal fighter charges in, its cascade attack boosted to a solid 88% chance of success. The tension is palpable. The skeleton swings its weapon with all its might, slicing through the air toward the towering orc. The impact is hard and swift, and the orc lets out a guttural roar. Meanwhile, Jisoo, Seongwu's other ally, races to find higher ground for a better position. Jisoo's fierce determination is unmatched. She dashes up the hill, ready to lend her own strength to the battle. Let's get to level ground, she shouts, preparing for her next strike. In the chaos, Seongwu notices her perfect blocking stance, even if it's thrown off for a moment by the sheer power of the orc. Seongwu warns his team, don't ever get close. Fight it differently than the goblin boss. The orc is no joke. They need a new strategy, fast. As the orc charges again, Seongwu's skeletons move swiftly to protect their master. Stick with the plan, Seongwu orders. The skeletons, ever loyal, follow the strategy, knowing that they'll be the first to fall if needed. With enough corpses on hand, grim but necessary for a necromancer, Seongwu focuses on building his mana for the final blow. The plan is in motion. Hanho and the adorable but deadly skeleton squad rush into action, hurling daggers at the orc boss. It's like watching a swarm of tiny bone warriors launching projectiles with precision, aiming to distract the hulking beast. The orc boss, caught off guard, bellows in pain, as the daggers hit their mark. The attack creates the perfect opening, exactly what Seongwu and his team needed. The skeletons move quickly, their glowing eyes gleaming with determination as they execute the first part of the strategy, proving that size doesn't always matter in a fight. While the orc boss is busy blocking the relentless dagger barrage from Hanho and the skeleton squad, two fearless skeletons leap into action, grabbing onto the boss to hold him down. Their tiny skeletal frames struggle to contain the massive orc, but their teamwork buys just enough time for Seongwu and Jisoo to charge in with full force. Seongwu's eyes are locked onto the target, sword raised high, while Jisoo, right beside him, charges forward with fierce determination. This is the moment they've been waiting for, time to bring the orc boss down. Seongwu and his team are in action again. The clash intensifies as they engage the orc commander in an epic showdown. With blades and brute force, our heroes slash through the enemy ranks. Seongwu isn't holding back, and his necromantic skeletons leap into the fray to deal devastating blows. In a breathtaking moment of teamwork and resilience, the skeleton leader leaps onto the orc commander's back with remarkable precision. With a powerful thrust, it drives its weapon deep into the orc's body. The orc commander, already weakened by Seongwu and Jisoo's strikes, roars one last time before falling to its knees. The skeleton leader lands the final blow, finishing the battle in a brutal yet heroic flourish. Victory is theirs. With the victory, they've earned 110 gold from hunting the orc scout commander. As they catch their breath, the group reflects on how the fight was less challenging than they anticipated. Hanho, always the strategist, suggests it was thanks to their teamwork. Yeah, teamwork, and a few skeletons. Seongwu attempts to summon the recently slain orc to join his growing undead army. But, oops, his level isn't high enough to raise such a powerful monster yet. Looks like they'll have to rely on good old-fashioned teamwork for now. Better luck next time, Seongwu. Hanho, ever curious, asks Jisoo what card she picked from the game system. The answer? I chose Necromancer. Wait, what? 2 Necromancers? Turns out Jisoo's a Chako Gabsa, a professional beast hunter from the Joseon era. Looks like this team is stacked with deadly skills. Seongwu decides it's time to test out his new ability, Create Bone Weapon. With a swirl of mana, bones begin to materialize into different weapons. Swords, spears, and even a blunt weapon. But what catches everyone's attention is the highest-ranked orc femur hammer. Seongwu's face lights up, and who can blame him? It's a weapon worthy of a necromancer. Seongwu's generosity shines as he hands out bone weapons to his team. Take one each, he says like an undead Santa Claus. His skeletons, of course, happily oblige, wielding their new tools of destruction. With these new weapons, they're more dangerous than ever. Seongwu's team isn't just armed, they're synergized. New abilities unlock as the crew meets the conditions for weapon synergy. Increased damage and a fixed rate to cause stuns? Oh yeah, the team is officially overpowered. Watch out, enemies. Hanho receives the sword. Seongwu lends it to him with the condition he returns it once asked. Now, armed with the sword, Hanho is ready to smash anything that crosses their path. The group continues their journey, cautiously moving forward and scouting their surroundings. They're heading toward the next danger zone, but nothing can shake their confidence. Not when they have bone weapons, synergy, and teamwork. Uh-oh, a new challenge emerges. The area is sealed by intense mana, and the team has to defeat the boss monster within 8 minutes. If they fail, the monsters will grow even stronger. With the timer ticking down, it's a race against the clock. As Seongwu's team huddles together discussing their next move, an ominous notification flashes. The orcs' attack wave will begin. Seongwu quickly realizes that the bigger the group, the more orcs will come their way. Jisoo points out that smaller numbers might be an advantage, but before they can finalize a plan, the thunderous sound of orcs charging fills the air. The student council team under attack is caught off guard as the orcs descend on them like a tidal wave of muscle and rage. As the orcs come charging in with their terrifying battle cries, one of the team members nervously asks, "What should we do? They're searching for us." But Seongwu, ever the cool-headed strategist, narrows his eyes. "I have a plan." While chaos reigns on the other side, Hano spots something alarming. 5 hulking orcs charging towards their position. 5 orcs? That's a bit much for a warm-up. Hano mutters, clearly not thrilled. Seongwu and the rest of the team ready themselves for the first wave. It's only 5 orcs, but Hano can already feel the sweat running down his back. They're searching for us. What now? The orcs are getting closer by the second, and things are about to get wild. While Hanho is still losing it over the 5 orcs heading their way, Seongwu steps in with that calm, tactical mindset we all love. "I have a good idea," he says, sparking some hope. Hanho, eyes wide, is like, "Wait, should we run?" But Seongwu is not about that life. He explains, "We'll use the terrain in these guys," as he gestures to the skeleton squad. That's right, Seongwu's about to put the bone army to work with a trap that's bound to catch the orcs off guard.